welcome to another episode of Nerd Age, where we discuss everything nerdy. My name is Mick, and with me, as always, are my co-host, Josh.
What's going on?
Jonah.
Hey, guys.
And Corey.
Howdy doody.
Howdy doody.
Yeah.
I duty. Good. How
Good to know.
Hey, duty good. That's good.
I duty good.
Oh, good.
For many years now. Yes.
Good to know. I duty okay.
Just okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Should go to the doctor. If you're not dutying good, then that's a problem.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I hear. Anyway, how was your guys' week?
Pretty good. Didn't do much that I remember. So, I mean, I assumed I did something, but I was trying to think if we did anything. Oh, my dad's birthday. We went to my dad's birthday. That was
Lit, dude.
That was a big
lit.
thing that happened this week.
That was lit.
Went through our family history. So, yeah.
Psycho, dude. Our family's full of a bunch of psychos, dude. Murdered a bunch of people.
That's everyone's family, right?
We had the first person to die on this. Where do we?
First European settler to die
on soil, dude.
On American soil, yeah.
That's right.
Claim to fame.
Pretty good.
No big deal.
Big deal.
No big deal. Just died before everyone else. Kind of weak blood, but it's fine.
Cool. Well, it's started snowing where we are here, and the roads are pretty bad. So that's been fun to deal with.
Yeah, it's not going to stick, though. I heard it's just going to start raining, so.
So
Well, then it'll turn to ice.
get icy then, right?
Well, I guess that's true. Looks like I'm going to be
it sucks.
hibernating.
Oh, it was the first time I drove in a while, so watch out there.
Well, I feel like that's most people. The first snow, you have people like in people's yards.
Warming
and
up.
Yeah.
Don't know how to drive in
Spinning out
snow.
on the street.
So
Yeah.
that's fun.
Pump your brakes. That's the key. Pump your brakes.
I was born in the snow, dude. I know what I'm doing. Except I blew past your house. I was like, whoa!
Were you born here in Spokane?
What's up? Yeah, right on Francis, brother.
Really?
In the snow, he just said.
In the snow.
They gave birth
I was
in
born
the
here.
snow.
They
Gave
Born
you a
in
sled like right on the way out.
born and raised, sir.
Okay, cool.
That's right.
Conceived and born in the snow.
That's even better.
Okay.
Yeah, probably. Maybe.
I don't know where this is going, but I think it's time we maybe get into some news then, right?
Sure.
I guess so.
I don't know why he always wants to run away
doesn't
from
want to
the
rush
truth.
us, yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's from the truth?
He doesn't care about
We
what
can
we
talk
did.
about the
Jeez.
truth.
Oh, man.
I mean, you guys had your birthday thing with your dad and talked about
Well,
murders,
murders
murders in the family, right?
What a jerk, dude.
Shoot.
What else did you do?
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Oh, okay.
Get wrecked. Let's get into some news.
Oh, yeah. Good idea, Corey.
I just got a few things that we're just going to kind of rapid fire through. Batman animated series cast is coming back to do kind of a audio drama. I know HBO Max has done one already, and
Weren't there like multiple ones?
I think they're working on multiple ones, but this one's going to be a continuation of the animated series. So that means like Kevin Conroy coming back as Batman and Mark Hamill.
Is this like building up to the new show?
I assume so.
Or?
Maybe this is kind of like a bridge. They haven't said so, but it kind of seems like odd timing while they're working on an animated series that's going to continue it, or it's a kind of a sequel to it. They said this is a direct continuation of where it left off. So that's interesting. I don't know. What do you think, Choop?
Yeah, I think it'll be cool. Yeah, this is the third one because there's the HBO one, there's this one at Spotify.
Yep.
And then there's this one. So that's 3 audio dramas.
Have you guys listened to any of them? I haven't.
I listened to the HBO Max one. I just listened to it on like the podcast app, but I wasn't a big fan of it because it was more. I was expecting more of like a serious drama radio play, but it was a lot more like Adam West, which is fine, but it just wasn't what I was really looking
Yeah,
at.
if you're not expecting that going in, I could see how that would be kind of like
it
jarring.
got very goofy.
Well, it's like half of the old SNL cast is basically
that should have been
all
a
the
red
voices.
flag.
Yeah,
I would never listen to that.
Jason
They have someone before
Sudeikis.
they're like Jason Sudeikis, Chris Kattan, Will Ferrell,
You got another one?
Go, Mike.
Go.
Amy Poehler.
Man.
So, but what is that like? Did they have like pow and kaboom, like how
Bazinga?
Adam West?
I mean,
Like just the voice, like, oh, Robin,
it was more like
I don't know.
It was more like the dialogue.
Oh, okay.
Because they had like sound effects and some.
What's it like
music in there,
one-liners
but-
and stuff like that?
Well, yeah, cheesy
Yeah,
is a good way to
like-
put it. Again, it wasn't bad. It wasn't what I wanted from it personally. So, yeah.
So,
Well, that's coming out. I'll have to check out the other ones just kind of to see. I just haven't.
how long was it? The first one?
It was, I don't know, maybe 5-6 episodes or something. I didn't finish it.
And like, is it
Again,
half an hour long or?
Like 25 minutes?
They were like
30
25.
minutes?
Okay.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay.
like a TV show episode? Okay.
I mean, if you guys like that type of stuff, then you should give it a shot because it was well done. It just, like I said, wasn't really my thing.
Oh, maybe I'll check it out. I don't know. Ever since I stopped
not
working,
gonna- you're not
ever
going
since
to.
I stopped working at Jones, because all day I would just listen to podcasts.
Sure.
I would have totally listened to it then, but now I'm not. I don't listen to podcasts when I'm at church and
They're
stuff.
cleaning
I'm
up
doing
poop
other
and stuff.
So
He's got to keep his head on a swivel when he's picking up poop.
that's right. You never know when someone's gonna
Come up
hit you
from
with a
behind.
needle in the corner.
Good
So,
Yeah.
next thing, Nick Offerman joins the cast of The Last of Us. I don't know what character he is. I've never played the games. Maybe you guys have an idea of what kind of character he'd be, or
Guy with a mustache.
Yeah, exactly.
so I don't know. I mean, I know you guys like Nick Offerman from his shows and stuff, but do you think he fits in Last of Us? Because he's in a lot of comedy shows, right?
Yeah.
I haven't seen anything of his serious stuff. I know he's done like some movies recently that have been serious, but I haven't really.
Yeah.
So I don't know what you guys think.
I mean, honestly, he wouldn't be my first thought of someone that would be in the Last of Us show, but I mean, he's a good actor, so.
I mean, there's no doubt in my mind that he can fulfill an outdoorsman like, survival
exactly.
character. Right? But
He's going to look at it nice. I don't know, bro.
But the problem I see is that no one's going to take him seriously and be like, all right, where's your crazy ex-wife?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that kind of stuff. So I don't know. Maybe.
Tammy.
Tammy, yeah. I don't know. I mean, it'll be interesting to see. I'll definitely watch it, but
What if he plays his brother?
You think so?
Nah, I don't know.
No.
that would be.
I feel like his
Pedro Pascal's brother?
yeah, no, I don't think so. Yeah, I
They
hope
both got the mustache thing, right?
I hope he's not like a comedy character. You know what I mean? Like he's there for comic relief. I hope he's like more of a serious character. Because if he's just like
I heard
Nick Offerman and every other like from Parks and
Right.
Rec, then I'm gonna be like that.
I hear they're
So-
adding him as a third character in. So Joel and Ellie are going and they find him and he's like goes with them. He's kind of like it's Frodo and Sam. He's the Smeagol of The Last of Us.
Yeah. But he's always telling them how to like chop wood and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. He'll probably just be part of the like probably one of the crews that they meet up with.
Yeah,
I don't know. On their journey probably, but I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah, as far as him being like the comedy guy, I hope that they don't go that route because one thing I love about the games is the comedy is it's not there a lot, but it's very specific with things that like Ellie says in the game. Some of the stuff she says is really funny, but it's again specific to her character and in the moments that they find themselves in. So if they give it to Nick Offerman, I don't think it would feel right.
Maybe they're they're doing a connected universe, and he's actually the character from Parks and Rec.
They have a crossover.
And they show up. They're like, he starts talking about how everyone else on Parks and Rec got murdered and killed.
Oh, like
He's like-
he's literally
He's
just
a survivor,
Playing,
yeah.
He's just playing himself.
Yes.
like
Yeah.
his real.
He's Ron
life.
Swanson.
They didn't follow my pyramid of greatness. Shows it
Could be.
Yeah.
Next thing, Charlie Cox, who plays Daredevil for Netflix, Kevin Feige in an interview said that he is going to be Daredevil in the MCU, but he's not saying when he's going to show up or
The movie that comes out in 2 weeks.
and that's
Yeah,
he's-
exactly.
That's what it'll be.
he's going to be in Spider-Man. Thanks to John Campia spoiling it, but so that's kind of I think I watched the first season of Daredevil when I was in Mexico because that's when it came out.
I had to watch it in Spanish. That sucks.
No, it was in English.
I know. I'm just kidding.
But I think you told me to watch it because you
Yeah.
and Crystal really liked it. So I watched the first season. I didn't continue watching after that. But as you guys are fans of Daredevil, I assume. What do you guys? Any thoughts?
Yeah, I think that's awesome. I watched all 3 seasons. I watched The Defenders, most of Jessica Jones, I think. I suffered through Iron Fist. But as
You
far
watched
as
all of it?
the first season, I didn't touch the second season.
Did they come out with a second season
did.
for Iron Fist?
They did.
Oh wow, I
Yeah.
didn't even know that.
Yep.
Jeez. I tried watching an episode and I was like, no way.
Yeah. But no, Charlie Cox is awesome as Daredevil, so I'm really glad to hear him coming back. Especially some of the stuff that Josh and I were talking yesterday about Hawkeye and just some of the, I think, revelations in that show. And so it makes sense that he would be coming back as Daredevil. So yeah, he's awesome.
Yeah, I feel like I watched all the Daredevil seasons. I don't think I stopped like midway through Defenders, I think. But overall, I really like those shows, and he's awesome as Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
He plays a really good Daredevil. It just kind of bums me out that they're like, he's going to be in them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just give it to me. Let me see it, experience
Surprise
it in theaters.
me.
Surprise me. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Not this again.
Well,
What do you think, Corey?
Yeah. I mean, I watched like maybe the first season of Daredevil.
Did you not really care for it, or
It was all right.
that was on it?
Nothing special.
Okay.
I didn't really. It's kind of like Green Arrow. I was like, it's all right. The first season was all right.
Some,
I don't
some
really-
fighting words.
I don't really. I'm not a huge fan of either of those. But I mean, who knows? Maybe they'll surprise me and it'll be really, really good. You know, his character on the big screen. It does feel different on the big screen versus just TV. So maybe, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I do think I like the idea of having a surprise versus being saying,
absolutely.
hey, just so you know, he's this character.
I know what you're
I
talking
was just
about.
giving you a hard time.
yeah, we don't have time to argue about this again.
We
Josh
do
and I already,
have some
Josh and I already
time.
won.
That-
It's
That
over.
one I understand because it wasn't really common knowledge
Right.
anywhere. The ones with the other 2 guys, it's been common knowledge. So I'm like, but I understand that one. It's like, it would be much better if people just go in there like, oh my gosh.
No one's
it's him.
even been talking about
Yes.
it. Like they've just been like, he's always been like, oh, it'd be cool to keep playing Daredevil, you know? And so it seems dumb that you're just coming out and you're like, he's Daredevil in the MCU in a freaking article. Like, what's the fun in that?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that don't pay attention.
reading the article.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm going to start doing article reactions. I'm going to put my YouTube up and be like, oh wow, it's crazy. But
From some text.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's exciting.
But
stuff.
yeah, it's kind of a bummer. But cool for him. I'm excited.
Moving on, we got 2 trailers to kind of react to. The first is the Matrix trailer that dropped today, and tickets went on sale today. I don't know if you guys watched the trailer. The movie looks really cool. It kind of looks really trippy and weird, kind of like the original Matrix was. But what I do like about it is it kind of seems to be like when the first Matrix came out, it like revolutionized what people were doing in movies, like just iconic. And it seems like they're kind of pushing it a little more and like not just being like, oh, let's just do the same things over. But it seems like there's some really cool visuals that they're doing, stuff that I'm just like, this is going to look pretty sweet. So I don't know. What do you guys think of the trailer?
Didn't watch it. I've watched 2. I'm at my limit.
I thought it was really cool. It got me excited for it. Yeah, I think you're right. I think they're gonna wow us a little bit. I think that's also just part of the Matrix.
Yeah.
In that series is that they always want to introduce some new effects or some kind of cool idea on how you shoot something to expand the horizons. And so that'll be cool. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I like that they played in more to the idea of like bringing about the deja vu kind of concept of the Matrix. So it's definitely obviously tied into, I think, specifically the first movie. So I think there'll be a lot of cool kind of callbacks and references to that. So yeah.
Yeah, well, even the trailer, not to spoil anything, Josh, but the trailer,
Closure. Yeah.
the trailer kind of
Earmuffs.
like it has scenes from the original trilogy replayed again, and they show it in the trailer, and I thought that was kind of interesting. You know, that like you said, the whole concept of deja vu. they show you in the trailer or even a character talking, and it kind of like cuts to another character giving that same line from the original trilogy, from the original Matrix. So it's pretty cool. The stuff they do with Agent Smith, you know, where he's like doing the lines that Hugo Weaving did, but it's a new guy. So it's just kind of cool how they're doing that, and I'm really curious to see. I didn't like the last two. The first Matrix, I think, is almost a perfect movie, and then the next two were just kind of like I was disappointed in them. I want to rewatch them before watching this one, just to refresh my memory on them, because I really didn't like them that much. They were kind of disappointing. So, but this is kind of getting me excited again to be like, man, they might be like the original Matrix again, something that's just like really cool. So
you didn't like in the third one where he glitches through her body and no clips and just kind of pumps her.
I like heart? So there's some really cool things, but to me it's like the story just became like too much, or even like the Neo fighting on the playground with all the Agent Smiths, you know, and they kind of look like putty, basically like clay.
3D renders,
right? So
and it was
like,
back then.
That stuff it became too much. The story became like really convoluted with stuff, and I just felt like the first Matrix was just kind of like, even though it was a big story to tell, it was kind of central to Neo and his story, and then it became like the architect and this and that. You know, it's just
it felt like its own, like condensed thing. That yeah, I agree. I think a lot of people don't really regard the last two as that great. I actually rewatched the last two not too long ago because same reasons you gave, and I still don't really care for them. But so I'm high hopes for the new one though.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask when the new one comes out. Is it the 22nd?
22nd, I think.
I think so. Yeah.
It's gonna be a Christmas movie.
Well, it's gonna. There's a lot of. I mean, between Spider-Man and the Matrix, it's gonna be pretty crazy with the box office.
Yeah.
Stuff, so
I was gonna say, related to that, real quick, they released a VR experience for the Matrix movies, and it was pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
Pretty amazing what their graphics can do. They had a fully CGI'd version of Keanu Reeves. It looked really good.
Yeah.
Do any of us have VR anything?
No. But it looked awesome.
It would give me a headache.
Oh, you'd throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of cool to see.
To see him throw up. That'd be cool. Yeah.
I've watched other people play like the Vader VRs and stuff, but no.
So it's just cool to see what's possible, and what we might be able to see in a movie. It's just so cool how graphics are progressing so much. Wow, it's pretty cool. Sorry.
No, that's good. Next thing, Spider-Man Across the Spiderverse teaser trailer dropped. I know Choop, you and Crystal are huge fans of the first one. And I'm sure Mick is too, and Corey. But
no, don't group me in with that.
How would you just? Why would you just assume that?
Why are you assuming that?
It's just grouping everybody into boxes.
Because I wanted to.
I'm my own person.
That's what
Anyways,
I was gonna say.
Crystal loves the first one.
You are right, though. I love it.
So, what do you think of the trailer, Choop?
It's awesome. I'm super excited. One of my favorite movies, actually. Yeah, I think
Is it the best Spider-Man movie?
It is the best Spider-Man movie in my opinion.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Shots fired.
No, not really. It's not. I don't think it's even that close.
No, I would agree.
Really? You think it's the best one?
You're gonna offend someone out there.
Well, obviously.
Not very many though.
You're gonna offend Tobey Maguire.
Yeah. I just picture him in my head crying.
Yeah.
You don't think Spider-Man 2 is like really good?
I mean, it's good, but I honestly need to rewatch them. I actually kind of want to rewatch them before.
You should.
But
Spider-Man 2 is great.
I still think Into the Spider-Verse is.
I think we should rewatch all the Spider-Man movies and put it on Twitch and this comment to watching the
Us
Spider-Man.
just watching it?
Yeah, and comment on it.
Well,
Be
that's
good.
crazy.
Think about it, guys.
I don't think anyone will watch.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Because we
be
can't
surprised.
show the movie, otherwise we get banned.
Well, that's what they do. They're
so
like,
you'd have to say, okay,
all right, we're syncing up, guys, and we're at the title screen. Start it, and then you're good.
We'll show one frame. Like
Maybe just Spider-Man 3, because that would be really
That was the best one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea, actually.
But I'm super excited. I think the best thing about it is that it's a part one, so that means we're getting a part two. You know, that's usually how it happens.
Yeah.
That's usually the way things go,
what?
guys. You know?
Hey, that was a
I'm
spoiler.
trying to explain it,
That's a
guys.
spoiler.
Come
bro.
on.
But yeah, I'm super excited. I thought it was a good trailer. It didn't really give away basically anything. It was just like,
I like the drawing style of when he was like fighting that dude.
yeah.
Yeah, who was that guy? As a person that doesn't know much about Spider-Man,
I don't know, bro.
That was Spider-Man 2099. So we see him at the end of the first movie.
trying to remember. Okay, don't.
He's
remember.
played by Oscar Isaacs.
Okay.
Is it Isaacs or Isaac?
I think
It's
Isaac.
Isaac.
Because I always kind of go Oscar Isaac because I just don't
It's
know.
Isaac without.
Isaac. Okay, singular.
Right? No,
I don't know.
Just put an S on it. I don't care.
Poe Dameron. Yeah, it's the Spider-Man
I
from
say no S.
Fact check.
Yeah,
No S.
that's what I hear everyone else say. But yeah, I don't know. I said Zendaya, which
It
totally
is
phonetically is fine.
Oscar Isaac. No S.
Good call.
If you want plural Isaacs, then you throw them in there. But it's possible it's Oscar Isaacs in this movie if he's
be.
playing multiple characters.
Well, it could be
Excellent point.
Yeah. So
But yeah, he's the Spider-Man from a different reality. 2099 is the year.
okay,
Miguel O'Hara is his real name, but he's a cool character.
cool.
So
I think the only reason why I don't hold Into the Spider-Verse so high
Because you're a hater.
is because of the frame rate effect that they do.
Yeah, it gave me a
I
headache.
don't like that.
oh, really?
Yeah.
That's one of my
I
favorite
really
parts.
enjoy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's lazy animation. They don't have to animate like half the frames because they are working on
But it
15
looks so
FPS.
cool.
Looks like I'm watching claymation. And I hate claymation.
Claymation is cool.
Sue me, write me up, burn me at the stake. Low FPS sucks, dude.
Dang.
Hate it. I don't hate it. It's really good, but it looks weird. It just bugs me. It just bugs me because it's like skipping. It's a slideshow. I don't
was
want to watch a slideshow. I don't watch a movie.
It did make me nauseous.
Thank you.
It kind of affected my enjoyment of the movie because I was like, after a while, I was like, okay, I gotta like
you gotta
watch
take a rest.
one thing so that I'm not like, or else I'll get dizzy. So
I'm surprised you don't have vertigo.
maybe
You know
I
what I'm
do.
talking about? Where you think you're like the whole thing's spinning, the whole room's spinning.
Sometimes.
He's got something. You know what
And
I
I was
mean?
going to say, I don't think you want to throw your hat in with this guy. Guy gets dizzy watching random shows.
Oh, I don't want to be grouped with him. I don't know why we're grouping people.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it bugs me a little bit. That's all.
Any other comments on it before we go to the last?
No.
Excited.
It looks good.
Excited.
It
Yeah,
looks good.
It'll be cool.
And the characters are older now. He's not as young.
Yeah.
It's cool. Might do some cool.
What does that mean?
I'm just saying, like, obviously time has passed.
As we've
'cause, like,
established,
they've-
Jonah hates young people. Oh,
like,
stupid kids.
They've just in the other one. He's like
How old
smaller.
is he
And
supposed to be?
He's in high school. Yeah.
15.
he was 15 in the first one. He's probably like 18 or 19 in
Oh, so
this
he's
one.
like senior / okay.
I don't think so.
He's grounded.
yeah.
You get grounded when you're
Oh
19?
yeah, in high school.
If you're still in high school, bro.
yeah, if you live,
Why are you in high school when you're 19?
Some people are. I said 18 or 19. I said 18 or 19.
Hey, when you still live with your parents, you can still get grounded.
Yeah. Dude, I was married 2 years ago and I lived with my parents and I got grounded. No, I didn't.
No, you didn't. By your wife?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
So last story of the news. Do you want to hit the
Wow.
the new
yeah
the new
the
one?
new song there?
Oh, brand new.
Yeah,
No one's
there
heard
you
this
go,
yet.
There you go.
Except Jonah.
Zack Snyder news.
Oh my gosh, that was long.
Well,
That was like a freaking Zack Snyder movie.
Cinematic. Zack Snyder news.
Should have vetted it.
Variety. So just a little backstory. Variety originally had put out an article saying that the Snyder Cut didn't exist, that it was a pipe dream, that it was never going to be released, that Warner Brothers had no plans of doing anything with it. And then today, that was years ago when they did that, and then today they put out the best movies of 2021, and Zack Snyder's Justice League was number 8. So there's no superhero.
In your face, Variety.
Well, I was just saying,
Is this
it's
news or
crow.
is it just your?
Hey guys, I had to talk about Snyder. So this came out today. The thing that's cool about it is because there's no other superhero movies on the list. This is the only one that made the list and to be number 8. It's pretty cool, especially after coming out and people saying the movie didn't exist, it would never happen, and then to come full circle and be on a top list. And Zack Snyder tweeted out and was like, this is really cool for that same reason, is that people said it never was going to be released, and it released, and now it's number 8 on someone's list. It doesn't matter, right? But I'm just going to take a victory lap.
All of a sudden, these lists matter.
Is there part? Yeah. Is there a part of you that thinks that you took part in the making of that movie, and so your time kind of taking a dump there?
Well,
that's kind
It
of
couldn't
how
happen without the fans.
Like the way he
so.
talks about it, I feel like
Zack Snyder has said that
course he's gonna say this.
Anybody that has been a part of saying release the Snyder cut and was part of the movement, that they're all associate producers.
That's what I would say too.
So
that I want my
am
cut.
an associate producer
Then
of
get your
Zack
cut.
Snyder.
Get your cut, dude.
And we missed they made these shirts that you could get for free, but we missed.
That was sad.
You should have said, "Where's my name on that?"
I know, I should have.
At the end.
So, anyways, so yes, it feels good to be like.
So Lord Snyder says, anyone that utters the words "release the Snyder cut," you are welcomed into the kingdom.
Yes.
You are executive producers on this movie.
Only associate.
If you have uttered the words, release the Snyder cut.
You guys can vouch for me that early on I kept saying
that you're a true believer. Yeah, we get it.
Yeah,
You're
well,
part
I'm
of
just
a
saying.
cult.
Listen, we're not the Inquisition here. We're not going around trying to find real Snyder.
All I'm saying
Prove
is,
it. Prove it.
all I'm saying
When
is,
did you start tweeting? What year did you start tweeting?
Tattoo Justice League on your arm, and then you're in.
associate producer on my back.
Yeah.
No, it just for somebody has been like saying, "Oh, this exists. This would release it, talking about it, and doing all that." For people to say, "Oh, it was never going to happen." Like I love the videos of like. They have videos of like John Campia and Roxy and all these people saying like,
good.
let it go. It's not going to happen. Doesn't exist. And then like, there's those videos of them saying that. And then it like the Snyder music comes in and it shows like scenes of the movie. And it's like, it existed and it came out and it's never happened. Nothing like this has ever happened. So it's pretty sweet. I'll take number 8.
It is pretty cool. It's just funny how it's like, it's being compared to like some kind of like comeback story of someone, getting rehabilitated and making it, you know what I mean? Like something truly inspirational.
It is inspirational. I'll give you
that underdog Zack Snyder.
Let me tell you.
Or like some guy recovering from cancer or something like that. Like this is the level of like theatrics that this thing gets.
Multi-millionaire Zack Snyder.
We did it.
Because
Against all odds.
It was. Let me give you the
but
reason why.
You know what? You know what's a better triumph to me is the Sonic the Hedgehog redesign. To me, that's like I was like, hey, make Sonic better looking. Hashtag. And they listened to me.
This is what
I
I'll
take
say.
part in that success of the movie. Can't wait for the second one to come out.
This is what I'll say.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, make it short. We got to move on to other stuff.
Hey, come on, man.
If there's like a World of Warcraft or a game, right, that you really loved,
Yes.
and you like whoever it was, Blizzard or whatever, making this game, and you've played the games before.
I don't think you want to do this, man.
Wait, all I'm saying is, and
Go ahead.
then they release a game, right?
Yeah.
And
it's not right or something, or they cancel it.
They had the person that was making the game midway through had a family tragedy, left the game.
Zack Snyder.
They released a game, but they completely changed it.
Yeah.
The story didn't make sense. It didn't connect with the past. And then after that movie came out, people started saying, we want the original person that was going to do this to do his game.
I think we get it. We got the point. We know what happened.
We
Keep
get
going.
it, right?
Keep going.
Right. And then people are saying, it's never going to happen, never going to happen. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Too much money. And then that guy comes back and they say, hey, we're going to give you the money to re-release this game, but completely revamped your version.
Yes,
you would be like,
we understand the situation.
We understand that it's a really good thing and it's a triumph. But what I'm saying is, like, compared to other initiatives, like, let's just use Blizzard as an example. Let's get that Kotick guy out, the CEO. Let's get him out of there. Let's fire him. Let's get all the sexual harassers out of there. Like, that's a triumph if they actually overturn that. That's what I'm saying, is that you're talking about just entertainment, and I'm saying, like, the theatrical level.
No, because it kind of fits in that, because Joss Whedon was a sexual harasser. And they got rid of him, and they're trying to get rid of. So it kind of is in the same vein of that a big company not caring about sexual harassment, not caring about these things, just giving it to a guy that's popular because he did Marvel movies, completely destroying a person's vision, and then them coming back and be like, okay, we acknowledge we made a mistake, give it to the man who originally created this and let him do it, and get rid of the other guy.
It's definitely different. You've never like mentioned like, oh yeah, gotta get the sexual harasser out of there. We gotta.
No, I've mentioned that because it's been around everywhere. Joss Whedon, Gal Gadot's come out against it. Ray Fisher's come out against it.
But that wasn't the original. That came out later after the fact.
No, that came out during the process of them trying to release the Snyder Cut.
Anyway, I think that it's a really good thing, and I think that I also think that it's really cool because it sets a precedent where it's like you can.
If you cry enough,
you can cry enough. You can get really good quality.
I'm
stuff.
disappointed in you guys. Artistic integrity.
But no, like what do you mean? I'm just saying. I'm saying it's a good thing.
No, you're not saying it's a good thing when you're saying if you cry enough, because that's not what it's about.
That's a joke.
Well, I know
So that was a joke.
I know, but
There's some things you just don't joke
yeah,
about.
you don't joke about.
Okay, yeah, Zack Snyder.
Zack Snyder.
We don't talk about Lord Snyder that way. I get Corey. I think that's a good thing. It's awesome. He got what they did to him was super crappy.
Yo, for sure.
What they did to Zack Snyder in the terrible situation that he was in a family tragedy, to take advantage of that and completely flip his vision because they wanted to make money and they wanted to get their bonuses before the merger. Yeah. That's super crappy.
Oh yeah.
I think what Corey's saying is let's not get carried away, because I feel like the way people talk about it is like
it's like the word of God kind of a situation.
No,
That's
not the word
of
God. But what I'm saying is it's never happened before.
That's fine.
This has never been done in Hollywood. Like that would, especially with a big blockbuster like Justice League, for it to
it's too bad it wasn't put in theaters. Would have loved it for it to go toe to toe with other stuff. That would have been cool. But yeah, awesome. That's good news. That's awesome. Hopefully we see another one from Snyder, huh?
We'll see.
That'd be great.
See what happens.
That'd be great.
Restore Snyderverse. #. Anyway, that's all I got.
Getting that
for
executive
news.
producer credit.
Choop, you had something.
Yeah, bro. Have you ever heard of a little game called A Fortnite?
A Fortnite or Fortnite?
Of a Fortnite, bro. Anyway.
No.
They did.
Tell me more.
So they just announced Chapter 3 for Fortnite. So it's called Flipped. So the island flipped and there's new areas.
Like literally flipped?
I think, yeah. I watched the video, but I don't remember exactly what happened.
Like bottle flipped.
Yeah.
All those little zoomers out there.
So they've introduced a couple different things. So now there's swinging and sliding is introduced as a game mechanic.
That makes sense for...
Yeah, because Spider-Man's also going to be in it. I'm interested to see what the swinging and sliding mechanic looks like, because I watched the video. And, if you think about Call of Duty and you slide, it's like... This one's like... sliding all the way across them, like it's a consistent slide, at least from the video that I was watching. I don't know, but it looks pretty consistent.
Is it based on does it have momentum, or do you eventually slow down and stop?
The one clip that I saw from when they revealed it, the person just kept sliding. So I'm like,
okay.
And then
it's just a cartoon game.
And then the swinging thing, it'll be interesting to see how that changes like the game mechanic, because I can see people that are like super good, just like exploiting the sliding mechanic.
Is it like a grapple hook or something?
It looked like a grapple, yeah. So he was just like swinging along. So that's the new.
I actually like the whole idea of a grapple gun, because they had a gun that had a plunger on it, and they shot the plunger gun, and you get flung. You could fling yourself up. Whoa, watch out, like that, and you get flung up on top of like a tower or something like that. So if someone's a dominating builder, you kind of have a little bit better chance to get up there and get even with them. So I think the swinging thing is good. I don't know about the sliding, but
yeah. And then they're gonna introduce camps. So I think the way they framed it was like you could regroup with your friends and regain life and get more ammo, but then they kind of framed it as like a more social aspect part of the game. So I'm not exactly sure how it'll play out. And then the other thing is the character, the Foundation, was revealed to be The Rock. So pretty big deal. I don't know if you've heard of him.
Found your house under the rock.
Exactly. Biblical.
That's a good foundation.
Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
But yeah, that's pretty much everything that came out for Fortnite Chapter 3.
Do any of us play Fortnite?
I have never played it in my life.
We love Fortnite. We love Fortnite.
We're basically talking for Jason.
I played it in Season 1. I played it in Season 1 a little bit because BJ wanted to play it. And I shot things. I hated building. I learned how to make a ramp.
Yeah.
About maybe 2 stories high, and that's about it.
Yeah.
That game's hard.
Same boat.
It's just annoying. It's not really a shooter. It's a builder and a shooter. Like builder first, you build really high, and then you shoot down on kids, literal kids. And the funny thing is if you play Fortnite, about half of them are kids and half of them are robots. So it's kind of a weird game. I'm going to be honest with you guys.
I was there was a guy on Twitter that was talking about how he's playing on Madden, and he's like, I got beat so bad. He's like, I'm 35 years old. I got beat so bad by this guy in Madden that I pretended I was 13. Because the guy's like, man, you suck. And he's like, yeah, I'm only 13 years old. And he's like, oh, you're really good, man. Keep working. He's like, when you pretend you're a 13-year-old because you got whipped so bad.
Nice.
It's like the only time that's appropriate.
That's pretty funny. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm terrible at Fortnite.
I think I downloaded on the Switch once to play with Ethan and Jason. And
You got a headache?
No, I didn't get a headache, but I just sucked. Like I didn't know how to, like you said, I didn't know how to build things. I was just like standing around and get.
I am surprised though that it's only chapter 3.
Yeah.
Like I felt like there's been like 6 chapters already.
Yeah. I mean, they have. So, yeah.
Because the game's been out for
They have seasons within
a long
a chapter.
time now, hasn't it?
They have seasons within a chapter, basically, and they have battle passes for each season. So I've maxed out like 1 or 2 battle passes. So I've played for like 1 or 2 seasons, which that's a decent amount, but compared to everyone else, no way, it's not even anything. But yeah, I think it's cool for all those Fortniters out there. It's cool.
Yeah. Still a popular game.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. It's it's hung on.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever you have a new release of any content, it's going to have a upsurge.
Yeah.
So I saw Ninja streaming and some other like OG Fortnite streamers go back to it, even though they've made kind of a switch to like Valorant or Call of Duty or something like that. So it's cool seeing them have that. Man, I don't know what those guys do over there, but man, they can get every collab that they've ever wanted. And it's like,
it's crazy.
They get everything. They've had like, they got Naruto freaking, like they got anime characters up in this joint. And it's like, you can see freaking, I don't know.
The guy they've got a Gears of War. They were showing Gears of War characters in like
so
the trailer. I was like, that's
So
so
they had
weird.
Batman, right?
They got were the X-Men in it too? I feel like there was a bunch of
Yeah,
It's
they've
just-
had Marvel and DC
Yeah.
characters.
It's just so weird to see like people are okay with like them using their IP to use them as basically promotional. It's like a promotional material.
yeah.
It's like
Star
commercials, trailers,
Star Wars, yeah.
Fortnite character. Like that's all part of like the package that they do.
Well, I'm sure they pay him a
Oh,
ton.
did you guys see any of the like? Remember back in the day when I was like, dude, they had the Star Wars event.
Yeah.
That was so cool, and that was like the beginning of it.
Yeah.
And I remember they have like in-game like concerts and stuff like that, which is weird. But I remember like Marshmello doing something.
Yeah.
They've done so many other things. They've had
Didn't they have
BTS
Travis
done
Scott?
Travis Scott. Oh yeah,
Hey, bro.
Ugh. Didn't
talk
age
about-
very
we're gonna
well,
talk about
but he's very cool.
I think they pulled his skin.
They
and stuff
did,
like
yeah.
that.
Did they?
They did.
Oh, because he let a dude die, or a couple
No,
dudes
Couple-
died.
some children
Yeah.
die.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that guy's a douchebag.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
That's the worst.
There's worse, but pretty bad. Yeah. He's a jerk. There was a guy like taking pictures of him on the stage and he was working at the venue and the guy's like, get off my stage. You're not with me. Get out of here. And the guy's like, what?
No,
I'm just taking pictures, man. And
there's
he's like,
another-
you're not with us. Get out of here.
There's another
douche.
video of
Like while he's performing, it's like,
he jumps out into into the fans, right? He's like crowd surfing, and I guess someone tried to pull his shoe off, right? And so he gets back on the stage and he grabs a shoe and he's like, he tried to take my shoe.
beat him up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
that's
F
so
him up,
messed
F him up. And they just start like pummeling the kid. And security has to come in and like
Save his
pull him
life.
out because he's like, everyone's just like beating up because he's like, yeah, beat him up.
Just called out for a hit. Job.
And
know,
yeah,
dude,
and there's
mafia,
videos
mobster.
of like the concert that happened in Houston where people died, where he's like singing and he's looking down at the crowd. They're recording and like they're pulling people out that are like either dead or unconscious.
Yeah.
And they're pulling him out and he's just like seriously like 5 feet away and he just keeps singing. Like he's like instead of like stopping the concert and being like, hey, back up, you know. And he's like, oh, I didn't know anything was happening. Yeah, the guy's trash.
Well, good thing he's not in Fortnite because we love Fortnite. And Spider-Man would be cool to see. I wonder if they'll have any alternate skins for him, maybe a Venom suit or something like that. That'd be dope. Yeah. But yeah, cool.
Speaking of alternate skins, Spider-Man originally for the PS4, but that version they've come out and revealed that they're doing the new suits from the latest movie coming out.
Oh, nice.
So that game has been really good with keeping up on content and keeping you interested in coming.
Is it worth still playing? Because they did that with the Arkham series, where it's like, oh, now you can buy this pass and get. But at that point, I've already passed the game. I've already done everything. So I would go and be like, oh, okay, well, I'll be Batman Beyond, but I'd get bored. Like, you can't. After a while, it's like, what are you doing? You've already done it.
The thing with the Spider-Man game over the Arkham game is, I think that they've updated their like street crimes.
Oh, okay.
So I think there's stuff you can go back to, and there's still replayability there, even if you've beaten all the story or the DLC. So plus swinging is just so much fun. It's a fun time,
and Fortnite gets to experience that.
Yeah.
Wow, it's amazing.
I think that's it for the news. So
yeah, I think so. We didn't really have a main topic.
We can talk about Hawkeye.
Yeah, we got 3 episodes of Hawkeye.
Have we all watched it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
Joe didn't look convincing.
He did.
I watched it. I fell asleep during the second episode.
Oh, what's the thing you guys did? You're like, name
what was that last scene? Gets him every time. Catches
I
him
actually
in his
looked
lie.
to see. I thought there was a fourth one. I was going to watch it before, but there wasn't. So
Do they come out on Wednesday nights?
Wednesdays, yeah. Wednesday
At midnight?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's Wednesday morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yep.
So
I hope Book of Boba Fett does that. I don't have to stay up late. Yeah.
What do you guys think so far? And how many episodes is it? 6?
3.
Oh, total?
6.
9?
I think there's 6 total.
Oh,
I have no clue how
don't
many
know.
there is total.
Pretty
I thought
sure
we said
there's-
yes.
he said 6.
I think they've been doing
IMDb
6.
said
MCU has
6?
been doing 6.
But
I guess Loki had 8.
so was Falcon and the Winter Soldier, wasn't that? Anyway, they haven't all been consistent. WandaVision was more? I don't know.
Yeah, WandaVision was more.
Anyway, 6 or 9 episodes, somewhere in between.
Nice.
IMDb says 6, so
Okay.
I'll just go with that.
IMBD?
I am BD.
I am DMI.
I am BD.
Anyway, so far I've actually really enjoyed it. I think that surprises me a little bit.
Yeah, we were talking yesterday about it.
Man, you guys talking about stuff before the podcast.
Man, if you went to pizza with us, if you accepted that invite, you would have been there too.
Man, you guys went to pizza? You got an invite? I didn't get no invite.
Awkward.
This
Move
is
on.
awkward. Keep going.
You guys
We'll
suck.
blame Will.
Yeah,
That's
Will's
Will's
fault.
fault.
Oh, Will? Oh,
Yeah.
wouldn't have gone anyway.
Exactly. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty surprised that I've actually enjoyed it. Yeah, I think there's some things that I kind of have to separate from the movies in order for me to enjoy it, and I think that's fine. Like, I'm not going to hold that against the show, but like, I've enjoyed the character of Hawkeye, which I didn't previously in the movies. I'm like, whatever. But in these episodes, I've kind of enjoyed him more, kind of having that standalone. And I think most of the shows have kind of done that for me, where I like appreciate the main character more, focusing on him instead of 16 other characters. But yeah, I've enjoyed it a lot. I really enjoy Haley Steinfeld also. I think she's awesome in her role. And yeah, I've really liked it so far.
What do you think, Corey?
Do I have to go?
Yeah.
Frick.
Yeah,
We got someone
Corey
didn't like
didn't watch
You
it.
didn't like.
Good.
Liked.
Hey, I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm going to say this, all right? First initial thoughts was, hey, this kind of reminds me of like, okay, we're downtown New York. Hey, this is giving me a little bit of Home Alone, vibes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then I start thinking about what they're doing and who we're fighting and what we're doing, and the just general story. And I don't know. It's giving me vibes of like, I don't want to say CW, but I want to say TV series.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like small world. And it's like, well, there's a lot of ways they could solve this problem. And I get it. Like the whole Ronin thing's a secret, but like, I don't know. It just feels like a Home Alone.
Not as cool
vibe.
though.
Not as cool. Yeah. What's his name? Kevin McAllister. No, I think they're doing right by Hawkeye. I think that's a really cool story. I think, family man. I like this whole. They're taking that angle to kind of get you in the feels a little bit. Surprised you haven't cried yet. Imagine losing your hearing, man. That'd be tough, man. Not being able to hear your kid on the phone. That's tough. But no, I think for a bow superhero, a really good bow guy, Archer, it's pretty cool. Yeah. I think it's pretty fun. I think the
you said bow guy. Imagine like a bow tie.
Yeah, the Archer guy. When they're in the car scene, when they're with the arrows and stuff, that was all right, except until they did the whole Ant-Man one, where it made it super giant. I'm like, okay, well that could have
like destroyed the whole bridge.
How did that not kill the bridge? Yeah,
we're spoiling Hawkeye, by the way, but
there's a lot of things.
Spoilers. Sorry, we didn't hit the spoiler thing.
Don't.
There
you go. Good. But it's just, I don't know. I'm a little conflicted, but I think I'm generally enjoying it. I haven't stopped watching it, so yeah, it's enjoyable.
Yeah. I'll be more like Josh, I guess. I've actually
that's the right choice.
Yes. Same thing. I haven't really liked the character Hawkeye that much. I think they've tried to make you like him more, like in Age of Ultron, like giving him the whole family thing.
When they he has a secret family that you never didn't know about.
That seemed a little
like him, please.
It seemed a little forced. But yeah, this show so far I think has done a pretty good job at making him more interesting and more easy to care about. In the last episode specifically, I think out of all the MCU, it had like the most sincere moment for me. Like you were talking about when he was on the phone with his kid and he couldn't hear him. I really enjoyed that. I thought that was something that the MCU hasn't had in
deaf representation.
Sure. But just the sincerity that they do in that scene, I think was really good. And get me in the feels a little bit,
Okay. It worked for you. That's good.
Yeah. And it feels, you're saying it felt more
TV show,
which it does. I think it is feeling more like the Daredevil stuff, which I think is appropriate because I'm pretty sure that they're bringing back Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin, which he's awesome in the role. So it'd be cool to see him back, especially with Charlie Cox coming back. So
confirmed now.
Confirmed now.
Might as well just confirm that Kingpin's coming back too.
Write an article about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Haley Steinfeld, she's awesome. She's in a lot of places now.
She's in everything.
Everywhere. I love their dynamic. Just her being overly giddy for her role model. And it was cool seeing it from her point of view, the Battle of New York.
Yeah.
Kind of seeing where she got that.
This is like the second or third situation where we've had post content go back and revisit those days. Mm-hmm. Like we did in Eternals, I think. And then there's one other instance. Maybe
Loki. Endgame, Loki.
Well, no, I'm saying like post Endgame content that's like calling back to that fight.
Oh, but yeah, they call it back,
which is cool
in Endgame. But yeah, I've actually been surprisingly enjoying it. I'm done.
Jonah, what'd you think?
They spent all their budget on the opening scene to do the opening where the attack on New York, because that looked really good. The CGI looked really good. It's probably the least, as far as like budget wise, this is probably the lowest budget MCU series on Disney Plus. Loki looked really good they probably spent the most on that and WandaVision stuff.
Bow and arrows are a lot cheaper than magic.
Well, I'm just saying the car chase was like real. It looked CW to me when I was watching it. I was like, this doesn't look really good. Like the Russian tracksuit guy sitting out of the window and stuff, like you could tell it's just really goofy.
The gum shot,
the Play-Doh.
Really
I was
bad.
like, this looks CW-y. The giant Ant-Man thing.
Yeah.
So there's that, I fell asleep during the second episode.
Did you rewatch what you missed, or did you just move on?
I dozed off like 10 minutes.
Oh, okay.
When he's goes to the park to do the LARPing stuff.
Yo,
and
yeah.
So
I didn't like that, by the way.
For me, I hear what you guys are saying about the Hawkeye. Like, you'd never like Hawkeye, but this makes him better. I don't see him. To me, Jeremy Renner isn't good in this show because he's really wooden. And I think Haley Steinfeld's really good. Like, her character, I'm like, oh, she's good. I want to know more about her story. I just feel like there's no chemistry between them. And for me, it's kind of like it's a miss on his side. I don't care about him more for some reason. And I know it's a preference thing. You guys are liking how he's doing it, so that's good. But for me, it's kind of like I don't know if they're trying to do the whole Die Hard Bruce Willis, because it kind of has that feel to it. Like,
it does, yeah.
Goofy Die Hard Christmas time. Like, they've said that's kind of an inspiration. So I don't know if they're trying to, hey, you need to play more like the hardened criminal, like hardened police officer guy, and then I mean, you're the Samuel L. Jackson kid. She's the Samuel L. Jackson character that's more, in Die Hard 2. So I don't know. To me, it just doesn't. I don't think.
Well, I think that
it hasn't connected with me in his acting and how it's working.
I think what they've got works better than if it was just him.
Yes, no,
so
absolutely.
I think she brings it up a notch.
Yeah, she, like I said, she's more interesting, and whatever's going on with her stepdad and her mom and all that. That's interesting because I want to know what's going on. Like, but his side of the story to me is like, it's not interesting to me. Like,
you don't like kids, huh? You don't like keeping your promises to your kids?
It's like, it's interesting to me.
Not a very good dad.
I guess so.
It's more interesting to me, her story and her dad dying and all that kind of stuff, than him being like, I'll be home for Christmas. Jonathan Taylor Thomas, I'll promise I'll be back. Like, they're trying to do the Christmas thing. I get it because it's Christmas time. But to me, it seems tacked on, and her story seems, I'm more interested in that. Does that make sense? So for me, I'm not buying his side of the story. I'm glad you guys are, but for me, it's not. It doesn't land.
Yeah, I get what you mean by it. It doesn't really feel like his, but at the same time, I think they're building up to him dealing with everything he did as Ronin. I think they're bringing that more to the forefront with these next few episodes, that he has to deal with all the stuff that he did. So I think the story, I agree. I think it's mostly been about the Haley Steinfeld. What's her character's name? Kate Bishop.
Kate, yeah.
Kate Bishop. But I think it'll be some good stuff with him too.
Yeah, I like the moment where the dragon chick was questioning them, and she was like, where's Ronin?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, Black Widow killed him. And I thought that was a cool line because she brought him out of that and ultimately did kill Ronin.
Right.
I thought that was cool, but I'm also, at the same time thinking, well, what's that suit made out of? Let's just get rid of that.
Yeah.
Why don't we just burn it?
Put it in the garbage disposal.
Yo, what's it made out of, dude? Is it laced with, what's the metal substance?
Adamantium.
Nope.
No.
Vibranium.
Vibranium. Is it like laced with vibranium? Like,
it's just high grain leather.
Jeez, dude. What?
Well,
I'm just like, get rid of it. Be done. Like, I get it. They hate him, but like, dude.
Yeah. And going to what Mick said, I know they're doing stuff with like him's gonna have to deal with what he did as Ronin. And I thought that for me the best scene in the show is when she's going back to the deaf girl is going back to like the shop, and Ronin's like killing everybody and going through the whole building, and he kills her dad. Dad, maybe not her dad.
I saw some people theorizing that wasn't actually
Hawkeye. That's what I'm gonna. That's what I think they're gonna do.
A poser.
That's what I think they're gonna do, and it's gonna irritate me. Because I agree. Yeah. They're gonna do the same thing they did with Black Widow, where it's like she blows the girl up, and then at the end of the movie, it's like she actually didn't die, so you're okay. I think they're setting up this whole thing like, look at all the terrible things Ronin did, and then it's going to be like, oh, actually, it wasn't Hawkeye, Jeremy Renner, it was someone else.
It was actually
the guy.
It was her stepdad.
Yeah, that would be super unfortunate.
Yeah, I think that's what they're doing. Gonna do.
I don't think so. Hopefully not. I feel like the whole Ronin part of the story, like from the movies, was like super short lived. It was like he's done really bad things and now he's good again. So it's like it would be nice if they lean into it in the show to see like, hey, he was actually like I feel like it would do a disservice to the story if they were like changed it. The other thing that I'm having to get over, I think I've mentioned it before with Hawkeye, is the fact that it's hard for me to care about his family when is it Endgame or is it it's Endgame, right?
When they die?
Yeah, when Black Widow
dusted or
sacrifices the most important person to him, and it ends up being Black Widow. To me, I'm like, you got 3 kids and a wife, and the way you had to get that
Soul Stone.
The Soul Stone was by.
I thought it was just like someone that you loved.
I feel like the way they say it is like the person the most important to you, because Thanos says, "What did it cost?" and he says everything. So he's saying that sacrificing his daughter was everything to him.
That's because he didn't have much to begin with. You know.
So to me, that's always been kind of one of those things that it's like, I'm like, it feels kind of, and maybe that is the case, that it's like,
I mean,
it's someone that you actually like. But
part of that though is they apparently when they didn't know who they were going to do, if it was Hawkeye or Black Widow. Like up to the last moment, they were like, okay, we're deciding it's going to be Black Widow.
Yeah.
So to me,
could have been swapped.
it just makes it seem like, well, yeah, they didn't.
Yeah.
If they weren't even convinced that who they were going to kill in that situation, who was going to survive.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be a strong decision no matter what.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't.
So that's what makes it weak.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, as far as in the show, I've actually enjoyed all the stuff with his kids, and I agree with Mick that the scene, I like the dynamic of it. He can't hear Haley Steinfeld's writing it. Like I feel like it was shot in an interesting way, and it was done really well, I thought.
It did a couple things at the same time. I think it made the relationship with him and his kids stronger. It made the relationship with Kate Bishop and him stronger because of what she's doing for him.
Yeah.
It was just an emotional scene that I think the MCU just doesn't really do.
Yeah.
So that's probably been my favorite thing in the MCU for quite a while.
I don't think it hit for me and Jonah as much, right?
No.
Based on his performance.
They set
it up really well,
yes.
and he just wasn't there as much as he should have been.
Yeah. To me, it's like I don't even the opening scene when they're watching the Rogers musical.
Oh yeah,
and he's like looking at the Black Widow character. To me, then he goes to the urinal and he's like, Thanos was right, like all that stuff. To me, he doesn't hit emotionally with his act. Like, he has the same face every time, all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't buy it.
Here's the thing: they're trying to hit ex-soldier PTSD.
Yes,
you're hard. You're a hard man. You don't show emotion. You know, you were trained to be this way. And now they're trying to show cracks in that.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's cracking very much, I guess is what I'm...
To me, it doesn't...
I don't know.
I think it's just performance is just off. And I think when you put him opposite of Haley Steinfeld, I think she comes across... like, even in her moments of sadness or like dealing with her mom and her dad and that kind of stuff, I buy that so much more than I buy his performance. And, I just think, to me, it doesn't fit. The other thing I'll say is... I know they're trying to make it's more lighthearted. It's not as deep or as, like the stakes aren't as high, I guess, for this show. But the thing that drives me nuts, and I know it's more but the tracksuit mafia, like those guys are just incompetent to a point where I'm just like, there's no stakes in this. To the point they're just like goofy, where he's like they're on the horse thing.
That's part of the TV vibes that I get. And they
to
sound
me,
like the TV show bad guy.
To me, it's kind of it's funny. Like it was funny at first when it's like, oh, the tracksuit mafia, and they're like throwing them all to they're all dressed the same, and I thought that was funny. But then after a while, it was like, okay, I think it takes away from the stakes of the show, which again. Maybe the show doesn't have the big stakes, but you kind of lose anything I don't like these action scenes or these things. Like they're so incompetent that these guys are just gonna completely destroy them.
Okay, so how do you guys feel about the Dragon Girl and showing like that?
That's what I was gonna say. I feel like she's the counterpoint to them, right? She's the leader. She's the competent one.
The
and they've introduced her now in this last episode.
Yeah.
Right. So I think she's gonna be the foil moving forward. I don't think the guys being incompetent really bothers me all that much because literally every comic book show, every comic book movie you've ever seen has incompetent fodder.
Yeah.
Like think about all the goons in all the Batman animated series. You know what I mean? Like they're just idiots. They're not competent at all. It's the main characters, the Scarecrow,
big
Joker, who are the competent ones.
Right. And they did establish the tracksuits as incompetent people.
Yeah.
They weren't like, these people are crazy and they're so hard to deal with.
Yeah,
like,
but just because
they kind of knew that going in.
Just because they're self-aware doesn't make it feel any less like goofy to me. Like,
it's true.
Like they know what it is and they're doing that. But for us, like for me at least, it's just not. Yeah. I'm just like, okay, it feels more like a TV show. That's all.
And I like the smaller scale of it because Hawkeye, in my mind, same with Black Widow, doesn't belong in these big
they should be dead.
world-ending things, right? It's like,
to be fair, yeah.
It's like, oh, I don't want to see Hawkeye go up against like a alien threat. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. So it makes sense to me that this show would be more a grounded story based on him dealing with his past, Kate Bishop dealing with her stuff, him dealing with his family issues of being absent for all, however all these years are. But yeah, so overall, I think I like the direction it's going. Obviously, it doesn't work for you guys.
I enjoy it. It's just not like awesome for me.
Yeah.
Like
it's not I can't wait till this episode comes out.
Yeah. It's like I enjoy watching it. I'm not like watching the time like, when is this over? No, I enjoy it.
I think you said it, Corey. The one
probably did.
The one scene that I really have not cared for at all was the LARPing scene. I thought it just went on way too long.
And for me, it was too comic. And
it went really fast for me.
You know who did it real good?
Yeah, did you sleep through that part?
You know who did it really good? What was the movie where
Step Brother? No, not Step Brothers.
Role Models.
Role Models. They did the best. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Let us gingerly touch our tips.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, I actually kind of. I don't know if I enjoyed the scene, but it was like it didn't bother me. I laughed. I thought it was funny.
I thought it could have been done better and a little bit quicker.
Yeah,
but whatever. This is little nitpicks.
Nitpicks. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, I think that's first 3 episodes.
Yeah. So halfway through,
are they going to release just one every
week?
Yeah,
I think so.
So
we 3 more
built
weeks.
Them up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, because they released 2 right off the bat, and then it's just been 1 so far.
Yeah. And then the last one comes out, January or something? So it'll be after.
Oh, wow.
See, by then I'll be watching Book of Boba Fett, so I don't know if I'll watch the finale.
Well, what Book of Boba Fett comes out 29th?
29th, yeah.
Okay. Can't wait for
Yeah,
that.
that's
We got some good stuff.
Can't wait for some Star
I can't wait for the
Wars
Tracksuit
content.
Mafia to show up on Tatooine.
I can't wait for there to be a bunch of fodder, and Joe's gonna be like, "I really like those goons that were there."
we need some
Boba Fett
comic
just
relief in this show.
cut through all of them. That was awesome.
I understand the fodder, but when it's over the top, like they're goofy to they're incompetent, then you're just like, there's no stakes to it. I understand everyone has fodder. Suicide Squad has the fodder, guys. Everyone, but to me, it's just kind of like.
Yeah.
I mean, the one I say that has done a really good job is Man of Steel. Like in Man of Steel, every bad guy in there is like beating up everybody.
Yeah.
But anyways.
Yeah. So we're going to do a little bit shorter podcast today.
Yeah, we're going to wrap up here.
I did want to say that to everyone who's watching on YouTube, we really appreciate the views. And
yes,
we love when you guys like and comment on our videos. It really helps us
Thumbs
out. About 60% of our views are coming from the YouTube front page, and so that's awesome. That means we're doing something right. And so just thank you guys for the views, and we really appreciate it.
And if you want to comment on something or ask questions, we can cover them in the show. We want obviously the show to be more interactive with people that are watching, so if you leave a comment on either the YouTube video or either on our Facebook page or our Instagram page of any questions you want us to cover or any topics pertaining to nerd age stuff.
The age of nerd.
Yeah. We'd love to just kind of give a shout out and kind of discuss topics that you guys bring up. So
absolutely.
leave a review also on Apple.
Yeah.
That helps us as well, and
We'll read it on
we'll read it,
on the
and
podcast.
you can hear the song. So, because I know everyone loves that.
That's the best part. That's the best part.
So yeah, like Corey said, check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all social media platforms. And we appreciate you guys listening and hanging out with us.
Very much, yeah. I think we're good to go.
Yeah.
All right.
See you next week.
Bye.
Later.
Bye-bye.